Hi Aquarius, this is Violet Butterfly Spirituality here with your general tarot reading. I do apologize for your reading coming out a little bit late. Actually, it's a lot a bit late, I'm not gonna lie. Been a little bit busy doing some running around. So again, I apologize, but I promise I'm gonna make this a good reading for you. This is going to be for all Aquarians. If it does not resonate, you will want to check out the videos for your rising and your moon sign as well. So let's get us started, Aquarius. So in your recent past, Aquarius, we have the star, which is a sign that's ruled by Aquarius. So in your recent past, you may have been focused on yourself. You also may have been focused on matters of spirituality. There may have been some healing, wish granted that gave you hope for the future, something that occurred that gave you absolute faith in your future. You may have had a prayer answered as well, since this is a card that's tied to spirituality. You may also have been, I'm getting gardening. I don't know if some of you have been doing some gardening. I'm getting that from her. Pouring the water on the ground is not necessarily in relation to gardening. Actually, what this is in relation to is her being able to blend between the two worlds on land and in sea, with being able to control two water elements. But I'm getting gardening from this for some reason. But in general, there were, you had a feeling of hope, a feeling of peace, and a feeling of wishes granted. In your present, Aquarius, it feels like a lot of you may feel trapped right now, and I'm sorry, there is a glare on my camera. I do need a better one, so let's try to fix this for you. Okay, so there's not much better, but okay, we'll work with it. Okay, Aquarius, so in your present, Eight of Swords, you can see this woman, she's bound and she's trapped by these swords, which are your thoughts. But the situation is a mental situation right now. You may feel mentally blocked. You may feel like you want to take some steps forward, but you may be too afraid to step out of these swords. But if this woman can take the blindfold off, she can see that, she's not really trapped. These are just her thoughts that are keeping her trapped. You may have recently, when you got this wish or this healing that you wanted, it may have been an open path for you to pursue something that you really wanted. And now that you can, you may be too afraid to kind of step forward. This is a cycle too. Eights are about cycles. So there may be a cycle of negative thinking that happens. Maybe you get something good that happens and immediately you start thinking the worst, or you start thinking negatively, or you start thinking, well, I don't know if I can do this, that. Just know that this situation is temporary and it's a mental thing. You're not really trapped. You just feel like you're trapped. But it's all mental. It's all in your head, Aquarius. Aquarians are very intellectual, very rational, very analytical. They do think a lot. They can overthink things, overanalyze. So it's perfectly understandable, but it is something that's holding you back. But it is a self-imposed limitation that you can get rid of. In your immediate future, Aquarius, we have strength. A lot of you may be dealing with Leo. Astrologically, Leo is your partnership sign. So in your near future, you may be dating a Leo. You may be, your bestie, your best friend might be a Leo that you're dealing with. And this is going to be you overcoming your problems. So even though you have this state of mind right now, in your immediate future, the strength is about overcoming problems, having the confidence and the strength, the inner strength to overcome difficulties. This is also a card of calming the situation. If you notice, the woman on the card is she's calming the lion, but she has like a serene look on her face, like she's not using brute force. She's using her own inner strength, her own gentle strength. So this is the advice of this card is to overcome your difficulties in the near future. It would be better for you to use just calm fortitude and inner strength rather than brute force and aggressive actions. But you will have the strength to overcome difficulties. The star card is a card of healing. So this could be in your immediate future, you reach that healing that you were going for. The major influence right now is Page of Cups. A lot of you Aquarians may be pregnant. This is about messages of love, baby showers, births, weddings, wedding showers. This card is usually, sometimes it could denote a situation that you may feel unsure of. Pages are very young, so you may feel inexperienced in a situation, but you definitely can handle it. I'm sorry, this glare is really crazy. There we go. That's better. I just have to hold it a little bit closer. This is also a card of an event that may be exciting yet scary at the same time. So maybe you are pregnant right now and you're really excited, but it could be your first pregnancy, so you don't really know. But you have the inner strength to handle this situation, whether it be a birth. The Page of Cups is also messages, love messages. So you could be receiving love messages. There could be a child involved. You could be worried about the strength of a child or the health of a child. But this card is showing, along with strength, that you really don't have anything to worry about. You're strong, your baby's strong and healthy, and everything will be okay. So your obstacle, Aquarius, is the King of Pentacles. So a lot of you may have a man in your life who, the King of Pentacles as a positive is, or a non-obstacle, is someone who is stable, reliable, someone you can depend on. They may be a business owner. As an obstacle, this is somebody who may be stingy with money. This may be someone who's usually good with money, but he might be having financial problems right now. That may be why you may have this feeling of an event that's exciting yet it's scary at the same time, because maybe you feel like finances aren't good. So if finances aren't good when the baby gets here, then what are we going to do? This person could also be controlling, along with being stingy. A lot of times this is just a card of someone who's stingy with money, or someone who's just bad with money. This could be the loss of a business, or maybe not loss, I won't say that. This could be just having to cut back on certain things. That may be why right now you feel trapped in a situation where you feel like you're mentally trapped. There may be a lot of things that you want to do. Maybe you want to hold like a big lavish baby shower or a big lavish event for the baby you have coming, or any other events. And you feel like you can't because of, money issues, money problems. King of Pentacles is usually an older person or someone who's younger with a mature personality. This is going to be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or if not one of those signs, like I said, just someone who is usually very stable, reliable, good with money. But right now, this person is not being as forthcoming with the money. They may be coming to you like, honey, we have to cut back. We have bills, this, that, and the third. So nothing too serious. Just the King of Pentacles also as an obstacle is someone who can be very stubborn. So this is someone that you're dealing with. Someone is being very stubborn. And just being very stingy with the money, and it's making you feel trapped, like you can't move forward. What's helpful to you, Aquarius, is the Judgment card. So what's helpful for you is, it looks like there's going to be a renewal of an idea. This is usually a judgment being made to bring something back about, to bring something back from the dead. So maybe an idea that was long dead. It could be a business idea that you thought was long dead is going to be coming back, maybe to bring in some extra income. This could be just the past in general returning to help you. And that's what's going to give you the strength that you need to kind of move forward in your projects and your endeavors. A lot of you may be dealing with judgment issues, legal issues, could be pertaining to children. So maybe there's an issue where you're waiting on a judgment about a child, and your obstacle is your child's father. Someone who's stubborn, someone, maybe you're trying to get child support out of someone and they don't want to pay the money. That could be the situation as well. This judgment could also be why you're feeling stuck, but this judgment is in the helpful position. So this is actually going to be a judgment in your favor, or just an old idea that comes back from the dead, that comes back around to help you out in your current situation. This is also a card of, if you are like if you're being judged in like a contest, or anything from a contest to, like I said, a legal decision, there's going to be a decision in your favor. Also with this angel here, I'm getting what would be helpful to you is, because you already in your recent past were getting back into your spirituality, focusing on yourself. So maybe there were some old spiritual ways, old spiritual practices that you were thinking about bringing back into your life, back into your family life. And that would be helpful for you as well. And the outcome, Aquarius, with the Five of Swords. So it looks like with this Strength card, your outcome is going to be, it looks like there's going to be a victory, but the victory is a little shaky because it's a victory where it has a kind of devastating, like it's a victory for you, but it has devastating consequences for someone else. So maybe with this Judgment, maybe you are going to get what you want, but the other person will feel like it's just a devastating loss. Like it's unbalanced. Like it should be a win-win. But instead it's like a shaky win and a devastating loss for someone else. This is a card of, if you have suffered a loss recently, don't take that as the end point. This is just an opportunity to kind of shift things around and bring in some fresh possibilities when it comes to your situation, revolving your situation. Also, this is a card of someone taking advantage of a situation. Like someone else's loss being your gain, as much as I hate to say it. That's going to be the outcome of this situation. With the Strength card being a card of using um, compassion and inner strength to, get control of a situation. And Aquarians are very analytical. So it could be a situation where you just use your mind power. Aquarians have great mind power. They're very creative. You use your mind power to, because swords are all about intellect. So you could just use your intellect to win over somebody. And it could be a devastating loss for them because they didn't expect you to, they hardly expected you to get aggressive or to get violent or what have you. But it's a situation where there's intellect that's being used to win over a situation, to gain a victory. So we are going to clarify, Aquarius, lovely Aquarians, humanitarians, water bearers. Okay, so in your recent past with this Star card, it looks like it involved a King of Cups. This is someone older who is generally someone who is compassionate, artistic. They are a good husband or a father figure. They might work in the Navy, somewhere near water or involving water. This is someone who is an art teacher or a guidance counselor. Whatever the situation, or they might be a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. But that's, they might, if they're not that sign, then their personality is in general, they're compassionate, they're loving. And something gave you, with this King of Cups, gave you hope in the past. This could be, since it's entitled with spirituality, this could be like an older member of a church that you're getting in contact with, a pastor. Kings can also be queens. So this can be, a female or a male that you're getting in touch to with a church, whatever church you go to, or just whatever your spiritual practice is. You're getting in touch with an older person that's giving you hope. They may be praying with you, praying for you as well. This could have been your doctor. Maybe you were looking for some healing and you have a really good doctor that is compassionate, that, sometimes you get doctors and they're cold and it doesn't really seem like they care, but this person is someone who definitely has shown a lot of care and compassion for you. This could also be, with this Judgment card, this rebirth of old ideas. This could be a past person, like an ex returning or something of that nature. Or it could be that you were looking, maybe an older family member was sick and there was healing brought to the situation for this family member. That could be for some of you as well. Right now, with you feeling trapped, even though you feel trapped, you have the High Priestess here. So right now, it's a thing where you feel trapped because maybe you feel like you don't have all the answers. You don't have everything that you need to know. You may feel like there's another woman who has answers that you need, and this person is not being forthcoming. You may feel like somebody has secrets. And that's why you are mentally trapped, why you're keeping yourself from moving forward in a situation, because you feel like someone has secrets and you don't want it to blow up in your face. initials B or J, first or last name. That could be anyone. This is a card about balance. You may feel like there's not enough balance in your life right now to move forward within a situation. This is also a card of you having to use your intuition because you are afraid to step forward, or you feel like you're mentally trapped. You may feel like all you have to rely on is your intuition, especially with the star card here. This is about spirituality. So maybe you have been getting in tune to your spirituality, to your intuition a lot more to be able to help you out in this situation. You may feel like you can't rely on facts because, like I said, you don't have all the information. All you have is your intuition. So that's right now. In your immediate future with the strength, we have the Ace of Cups. So yes, a lot of you may be pregnant. You may be going into labor soon. You will feel like you have strength because of a new beginning, a new offer. This is a new emotional beginning, something that makes you so happy that you cry tears of joy. And again, I apologize for my computer because it is kind of crappy. I hate using that word, but it is what it is. There's a lot of glare. It'll be better next time, Aquarius, I promise you. But, but this is a new beginning that has you overflowing with happiness, something that's tied into your emotions. Like I said, it could be the birth of a child, the birth of a creative project. Maybe you've been trying to bring a creative project forth, and now it's finally, it's the debut, it's the launch party or whatever, it's the launch of the show, the listening party for the CD or whatever it is. It could have been brought about by this King of Cups. This king has a cup in his hand, and there's a cup right here. So, but the Ace of Cups is a new beginning, and since if you notice, the cup is kind of floating in midair. It's being pushed out by this hand. I know it's hard to see. There's a hand that's holding the cup out in the air. So this is like a blessing from God. This is something that you have been praying for, something that you have been waiting for, that's going to give you the strength that you need to overcome the situation. That's in your near future, Aquarius. The major influence with the Page of Cups is Ace of Cups, or Ace of Pentacles. I'm sorry, Ace of Pentacles. So the major influence with this Ace of Cups, it's an emotional new beginning, but it could be tied into your finances, a new money offer, a new offer of work, a new beginning with your health as well. If a lot of you were worried about health, maybe, a lot of times when people are trying to figure out the gender of a baby, I see the Ace of Cups as the divine feminine and the Ace of Pentacles as the divine masculine. So maybe you think you're having a girl, or you're getting prepared for, or maybe you think you're having a boy, since the Ace of Pentacles is the overall, the major energy. Maybe you think you're having a boy. Maybe your husband's like, hey, I think it's a boy. We should get boy stuff. But you might end up having a girl, not to be trying to outdo the doctors and nurses out there, but you might just be having a girl. But the major influence with this new beginning, it may be because you got offered some money. You may have been having money problems right now. With this message of love in your major influence as well, or this Page of Cups, this is also, this offering. It could be an offering of money. Since it's a page, it could be like a small offering for right now, maybe like a part-time job or an internship or something of that nature. But it's definitely something that you feel is going to be able to bring you stability. Your obstacle with the King of Pentacles. Now, we have the Page of Swords. So it seems like the Page of Swords is usually messages, electronic messages, text messages, emails, phone calls, what have you. This could be a situation where you receive a message from, because these are usually messages of a critical nature or handling sensitive issues or unfinished business. So you might get a message from this King of Pentacles, who could be your husband, father, boss, whatever, older brother, whatever, about some sensitive issues, some things that need to be handled. Since this is in the obstacle position, there are going to be issues that you don't necessarily want to handle, you don't want to deal with. Also, there could be a situation where maybe you're being spied on. This is the card of spying, of someone spying on you over social media, things like that. So maybe it could be a situation where you want to deal with this King of Cups, but the obstacle is you feel like somebody's spying on you. You feel like somebody is watching you. Like you feel like you can't really move forward in new relationships because somebody's spot, or you may be receiving nasty text messages from someone. Maybe they see on Facebook or Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, that you have moved on and they're upset about it. So this is an obstacle, getting some messages that you don't necessarily like involving a king of pentacles. King, or I say king or queen because kings can be men or women. But this is an obstacle for you right now. Also, some of you may be spying on this king of pentacles as well. There also may be messages from this king of pentacles about your finances that he may be telling you, you know, this is what's in our bank account, so we need to cut back. Not something you necessarily want to hear, but has to be heard. Helpful influence with the judgment. Looks like what's helping you is there's a sense of teamwork, of working together, or you are being able to show off what you can do, Aquarius. It looks like this judgment, if it's a legal matter, it looks like maybe the judge or maybe some other people involved are going to see things that you have been working on in your side of the situation. Like, say if it's a child support case or custody case, you may have had to show that you're stable, that you are a good parent. And these are, like, if you notice, two people are watching the one person. So maybe you've had to put on display how good of a parent that you are, and it's working out in your favor. Also, this could be, and since this is in a helpful position, the judgment being a card of rebirth, of bringing back new ideas or old ideas. This could be an old business idea that comes back around. This could be someone you worked with in the past, and there's going to be a new money offer involving this. Maybe this is something you never wanted to leave, and you know, now that it's back, you have this new emotional beginning for you. But this is definitely going to be helpful for you. Also, if there needs to be like a third party brought in with a certain situation, if you haven't already brought this third party in and someone is telling you that this third party is needed, you're definitely going to be successful with that. It's going to work out in your favor. If any of you are in the creative field, like I said, if you're like writers, artists, cooks, I said cooks, chefs, painters, what have you, whatever creative field you're in, you may be getting judged in a contest, something like that. And it's like, this is the card of being able to show off what you can do, like working off commission, or somebody saying, hey, you're really good at this, so why don't you, we'll commission you to do this work. So that's what's going to be helpful for you, especially in money situations, if you do have to like cut back and things like that. Outcome with this Five of Swords, it looks like with this situation, with this victory / defeat, it's going to involve, it might just cause you to go and be withdrawn and kind of go within. Like the Hermit is the card of spending time by yourself, meditating, reflecting, thinking about how things could have been different. So this situation with this, if it ends up being a loss for you, which I actually think it's going to be a big victory for you, but a loss for someone else, it's going to kind of cause you to go within and kind of just sit back and reflect on what happened, on how it happened. You're going to go searching for answers. You may be going to search for answers from an older person, older, wiser person, a mentor. It could be involving this teamwork situation or this judgment situation. You may be going and searching for answers. But in general, like I said, if it is a defeat, which I don't feel it is, but if it is for a small number of you, this is you after the defeat, trying to go in for answers to see how you can change things up. Because I think I said this earlier in the video, the Five of Swords is about, if there is a defeat, you can always shift things around and bring in fresh possibilities for how to turn this defeat around. And you are going to be going to deal with this person, maybe get advice from this person for that situation. Hermit is a Virgo, so some of you may be dealing with Virgos. You may be going to a Virgo for help, for information as well. But in general, whether this is a victory or a defeat, like I said, I really think it's a victory with all of the other good cards that you have. It's going to kind of cause you, maybe you feel like now that you've got this victory, you can kind of sit back, reflect, And just think about what your next steps are going to be. Okay, Aquarius? So that is your general reading. If you would like a private reading with me, you can always contact me at violetbutterflyspirituality@gmail.com. Okay? Thanks, guys. Bye.